chasing after rainbows somewhere in the sky. And it feels so good. Oh yeah. And it feels so good.
All right, you're listening to Candyman by Zed and Aloe Black as we take a live look over the Detroit River. Now, candy isn't the only treat you can use to help control your sweet tooth, or at least satisfy it. It can also be used to teach kids a little bit of science. We're joined this morning by Julie Justice, a science educator with the Michigan Science Center. Julie, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
All right,
and how are you all doing today?
I'm fantastic. So tell us a little bit about how you're using candy as science to teach kids.
Absolutely. So at the Michigan Science Center, we are all about creating dynamic learning environments. And since we're all kind of stuck at home right now, we figured bringing a little bit of sweetness to everybody's homes by replicating cells is a great way to help everybody understand how cells work. Now, the cell that I have here, this is an animal cell. So it's just like the cells that we have in our bodies. We've got our cell membranes around the outside and everything inside. But because we are in the middle of a pandemic, we also have a candy COVID cell. So, yes. Now, this is a Channel 7 exclusive. No one has ever seen this before. This is brand new to the world. I know, it's super exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have the COVID cell, you have the little crowns there, and that's what it would look like? It's not as sweet.
It is pretty sweet, but in reality, it is extremely dangerous. Now, this crown, all of these sprinkles are the receptor sites on animal cells because the corona needs to get encased within an animal cell in order to replicate. All it has is the RNA, but this cell membrane and envelope around the outside made of Smarties and M&Ms can be easily broken down by soap. So that's why hand washing is so important and why the Michigan Science Center has taken extra precautions in order to keep all of our guests safe as they re-enter the building.
All right.
We've got increased sanitation and we've increased our outside air exchange.
Now, is this an example of the kinds of things you've been doing during your science camp?
Yes. So we actually did this during our first week of science camp when we were talking about health and wellness. And we know candy's not the best idea to use all the time. So we've also had fruit substitutes for a lot of our programs as well. We want to make sure that everybody's staying safe and they're not going too crazy gaining that COVID-10, all of that 10-pound from snacking.
Oh, absolutely. Now, you've had these camps for about a couple of weeks now. Are there more camps that people can sign up for in the future, or are you guys all booked up?
We do still have some openings. In fact, like this week, we are doing the magic of science, and we are looking at how science and magic are correlated with each other, creating some really cool things with these kids. We have more camps that are coming up that will be a little bit longer. So just keep an eye on the website at www.mi-sci.org/camps.
And you mentioned a little longer, like for today, if you guys have a camp today, what are the hours? How long is it for the kids? And what age is it best for? Is it targeted to?
It is technically targeted for 3rd through 5th grade. However, we've got a lot of kids that have been watching our Echo Live segments who are in kindergarten, and they've been following everything and providing some incredible insights of their own. Our camps today start at 10 a.m. That's when the other educator and myself will log on. Camps go for about 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon right now. And that just gives a virtual check-in. We kind of go over what we're doing for the day, some of the science behind everything. And then in the coming weeks, we're going to be expanding those closer to a 3 to 5 hour range, more of a workshop length. And that's just because we're getting kids ready to go back to virtual learning at school. Exactly.
All right, Julie Justice, a science educator with the Michigan Science Center. Thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing how you guys are using candy to make cells and some fruits and vegetables there as well. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.